This England team has already chalked up more consecutive victories from the start of the season than any other before it. But Italy present their biggest challenge of this season so far. It's coming up in just a minute.
Oh yes, just look at the options in that lineup. Screwfix sponsors ITV's coverage of England football.
Matt Wallace tweeted, "The game's not on telly tonight, Paddy. Gutted." Well, we hear you, Matt, but not to worry. Paddy Power's app has got you covered. Just open up our shiny new Pitch View and follow all the action as it happens. Then have a look at the stats. That was Stoke's 81st throw-in. Ha! And if your team's under the cost deep into squeaky bum time, you can always cash out early. Don't spend it all at once, Matty. Oh, he already has. That's scandalous. Download the Paddy Power app now. We hear you.
Hiya, Dad.
Hi.
These new Walker's cheesy mix-ups are good. All our favourites in one bag. Monster Munch. Love those. French fries.
Oh, what's this?
Yeah. Oh, a Dorito. What's up?
New Walker's cheesy mix-ups. All your favourites in one bag.
Wherever he looks, he's got options all over the field. Screwfix sponsors ITV's coverage of England football.
Both lines of players that we saw during the anthems were missing some familiar faces. Only 4 of the England team beaten at the last World Cup by Italy 9 months ago. Only 2 of that Italian side. And all is not well with the Italian team. The coach Antonio Conte, a Juventus hero both as a player and a manager, has been at the centre of resignation rumours these last few days. He's without the likes of Pirlo, De Rossi and Marchisio through injury. Mario Balotelli out of favour at home and abroad just now. And it's a bit of a homecoming for Roy Hodgson too. He had a pretty successful spell in charge of Inter Milan in the late 90s. It's Italy versus England again. Not quite as we know it. Bit of a fact-finding mission for the two managers as they run the rule over options and alternatives. But Andy, this game should be a step up from some of the qualifiers that England have been playing.
It should be, Clive. I expect it to be, certainly here as well in Turin, not easy. And a very different looking Italian team, but I think England now are at that point where they need to topple one of the better, one of the stronger European outfits.
Giorgio Chiellini just introducing Harry Kane to big-time international football.
Yeah. It's good skill, actually. He's just letting that run across his body and step past him, but there you go. Yeah, as I was saying, I think they need to now, just for the, not necessarily to prove anything to those that still doubt, but I just think to themselves in the camp, everything that's been put in front of them recently, they've been too good for it. But in the past, last summer, when they played Uruguay and Italy, they come up short. Prior to that, there was a couple of friendlies in a week, a bit before that against Chile and Germany, come up a bit short. So I think it's time now, they're ready, absolutely ready to put in a performance and win a game like this.
Away is by Marco Parolo. It is a new look in the Italian midfield. Gigi Buffon is back as captain after missing Saturday's draw with Bulgaria through illness, but you won't recognise too many of those names. Southampton's Graziano Pella alongside the Brazilian-born Eder up front. Nathaniel Klein starting his 4th consecutive England international. Looks like the first choice right back now. Ranocchia forward up towards Pella. And here's Eder. Number 8 is Roberto Soriano of Sampdoria. Here's Matteo Darmian, who played so well against England in Manaus last year. This will be part of Phil Jones's task this evening to break up Italian attacks in midfield.
Absolutely, that's right. This was Harry Kane. This was that challenge again from Chiellini. That's typical, and that's what you just got to pick yourself up, get on with it. You'll learn that, you'll understand that. That's the way that Italians have defended down the years, time and time again. They'll do whatever it takes to stop you. If it means taking you out, they're not afraid to do it.
Chiellini in particular. Cap number 2 for Kane, cap number 76 for Chiellini, who's been round the block a time or two. Ranocchia, who's very tall, just leaning over Kane. Retrieved by Delph. Smalling and Jagielka have played together for England on a couple of occasions before. Jones to Henderson. Just behind Walcott, easy enough for Bonucci. Here's Darmian. Good control from Pella. Right wing back is Alessandro Florenzi of Roma, who will be Kieran Gibbs' immediate opponent this evening. Ranocchia just getting there ahead of Kane. Jabbed forward by Parolo. Here's Pella. On towards Eder.
What's interesting, Clive, tonight as well, obviously we've got different setups. The Italians going with the back 3, England with the back 4, so what goes on in the middle of the park is interesting, but rarely do we watch any sort of game nowadays where we see 2 up top at both ends of the field. You know, certainly one of them may drop off a little bit, but as we're going at the moment, Kane and Walcott very much a 2, and Eder and Pella exactly the same, so there's a little battle to keep your eye out for.
Seen by Bonucci. Chiellini, who captained Italy on Saturday in the absence of his goalkeeper. But 3 of that back 4, if you like, for Italy, including the goalkeeper, are playing on home soil here at the Juventus Stadium. Atlas made a good start. Holding off Jones, trying to feed it through to Eder.
Florenzi was the ball there, out on the right touchline. Plenty of room. Pella had done the hard bit, received it. Trying to thread his partner. It's in a very tight little gully between Jagielka and Smalling.
Gibbs finding Rooney. Soriano finding him too. Looked like a foul, but the referee won't play on, and this is Eder. It's behind Pella. Florenzi. Quite sure what he had in mind. Referee is the very experienced German lawyer, Felix Brick. Delph. Gibbs. Poor from Fabian Delph. Valdifiore is the anchor in the Italian midfield, making his first international appearance at the age of 28. Neither country has lost an international since their disappointing World Cup exits. Uruguay were the last team to beat them both in Brazil last summer, but Italy came within 6 minutes of defeat in Bulgaria on Saturday. It was a laboured performance from them, and they've had 1 or 2 of those this season. Kane, tackled by Soriano, forward by Valdifiore. This is Parolo, Soriano, Bonucci to Chiellini. Claimed by Pella, Eder feeding off him. Flag is up against Alessandro Florenzi.
Didn't need to go either, just needs to check and hold his run there. It's a good spot from Eder. There, look, you can see at the top of the screen, he's too anxious, too keen to go in, and he really doesn't need to. Just got to look along that line, hold his run, and he would have been in. If you remember that game in Manaus in the summer, you know, Italy seemed to dominate in the middle of the park, and they were dragging England in under the ball, and then all of a sudden it was Darmian who was very effective on that occasion. Something that I'm sure Roy Hodgson and the staff will have looked at and thought about.
Here is Darmian playing on the opposite flank tonight without the support of Candreva, who was so successful in that World Cup match. He's on the bench. Pella just a little anxious to try to release his men. Klein. His use of the ball on Friday wasn't always the best. Has given it away again, though.
It's just when you run in field, when you go in there, you're going into traffic. You're going into a lot of blue shirts. You've got to be very accurate, assured with the sort of ball, particularly if you're giving square balls. Square balls get cut out, and top opponents will be straight through the middle of the team.
Henderson. Smalling to Rooney. Just let the ball escape him and showed enough of it to Parolo, but he had the presence of mind and strength to win it back. And here is Nathaniel Klein again. Fed into Henderson. Rooney is there. Didn't quite run for Walcott. Better approach play from England. Soriano now can counter for Italy, and here's Darmian. Pella on the move. Chiellini finding Ranocchia in some space. Florenzi. Early in towards Pella, and he did get there just ahead of Phil Jagielka.
Yeah, good little spell actually from Italy there. Some good passing, clever little ball. Started down the left side that got Pella turning the England players back round, switched it out to the right, and he is big and powerful. We saw that. We haven't seen too much of it of late at Southampton. Certainly at the start of the season he was terrific. His goals were excellent and he looked a real threat.
He was actually left out of the Southampton team for the game against Chelsea earlier this month, but Ronald Koeman feels as if he's had a good reaction from his big centre forward since that. Parolo. Now Darmian. Parolo, it's ambitious, but it needed the save from Joe Hart. On target from range from Marco Parolo of Lazio.
Good strike, long way out. Joe Hart's got plenty of time to know that this one is coming straight at him, but it dipping at the last moment. You may see better from this angle. Starting to come down there, right back under the bar, and Joe Hart's got to make sure he gets a decent hand on that.
Fiore will take the corner kick. Hart fending it away. Rooney. Hart actually had one of those laser pens being shone in his face when that ball was coming across from the corner. Parolo who forced the corner on by Valdefiore, and now Pella. Here's Eder. Ranocchia. Fabian Delph. Kieran Gibbs. There's an awful lot of Harry Kane. It is a perfect playing surface too.
The surface is beautiful. It really is a top surface this time of the season as well. So far, coming up 12 minutes, certainly the Italian front two have had better ball into feet and better opportunities to try and make something of that.
Buffon taking every available second. A senior moment there. Delph. Walcott. Quick feet from Theo Walcott. Now Henderson. Henderson seeking out Kane. Stowell to lay claim to that too. It's found Fabian Delph. Now Wayne Rooney. Delph to Gibbs. Klein. Just beyond Kane. Showed enough of it to Chiellini.
Better spell of possession from England, wasn't it? Keeping the ball, moving it across the field. Again, just the final ball from Nathaniel Klein was a little bit of a sloppy one into Harry Kane. Always favoured Chiellini.
Really caught in possession. Swung forward by Parolo. Eder's seen off two of them and won a free kick for his troubles. He had a Harry Kane night on Saturday on his debut. His goal came 26 minutes into his international debut after coming on as a substitute and was just in time to save a point for Italy in Sofia. And there is number 17 volunteering for the free kick. Valde Fiore standing over it. It's hit by Eder, and it might go for a throw-in. It's just a goal kick.
They were never set there. They were never right to do that. At that point, England players were always going to threaten that first touch as soon as the ball was moved. I just think they needed to set it up, take a little bit more time, demand that the referee ensures that the England players are 10 yards further back. Wait, you've got possession of the ball. Use it properly.
Joe Hart, the sixth England goalkeeper to 50 caps, but the first to reach that milestone in his 20s. Big shoes to fill. Shilton, Seaman, Bax, Clements. Do you know the fifth one?
No.
David James. Darmian's header. Henderson just eased under the ball by Roberto Soriano. Smalling. It's the best of passes to Rooney. Showed enough of it to Valde Fiore.
They sit back quite deep, Italy, when England get the ball. They're allowing particularly Smalling, Jagielka to have the ball, stride forward with it, and they're looking to fire and zip it into Rooney, Kane and Walcott. As I mentioned before, it's very, very tight in there. Pass selection, certainly Klein and Gibbs may be better. Serve to maybe try and get it out in the wider areas and then look for something.
Chiellini. Darmian has got beyond Klein here, and he's got support. Darmian's cross header there, really good defending by Phil Jagielka.
He's quick, Darmian. He's a very powerful wing-back. Once he gets the wrong side of Klein, Klein has a little nibble at the ball, fails to get it, and then there's problems. Now here it's whether he goes on his own or whether he faces it across the 6-yard box. Thankfully for England, he chose the latter, and Phil Jagielka's in a very good position to deal with that.
Maybe thankfully for England, he is right-footed.
Yeah.
And he couldn't really shape across. Valde Fiore with the corner, and it's towards the head of Giorgio Chiellini. He's unable to direct it.
Again, Jagielka just doing enough, just backing himself into Chiellini, not allowing him that free jump. Just can't quite get enough on it. But they've been brighter, they've been the better team so far in this opening spell of the game, Italy.
Nokia's header. Soriano. Darmian. Rolo. Nokia. Now Florenzi. Caught by Volta-Fiore, but way overhit.
Yeah, Pella has come short there. He's hoping that Eder is going to be spinning in behind the channel that Pella has just created by dropping in short. The second striker wasn't really ready for it or anticipating it.
Jones. It's the part of his game against which there will be a question mark when he plays in midfield. It is the fourth time he started an England international in midfield. It's a useful ball from Eder, and Florenzi is running free, and he has support. Crossed in towards Darmian. Nathaniel Klein stood his ground. And was fouled. Yeah,
that's too easy. Now Florenzi gets it down the right side, then they just take their time. The white shirts are back in numbers. Decent ball in. It's a good one actually for Nathaniel Klein. He's very much aware of Darmian behind him, so just trying to make sure he gets his body in the way. He gets a nudge and quite rightly gets the free kick. But they've been better, Italy, when they go into their strikers. It comes back. They're changing the point of the attack better, going from left to right.
Kane has found Walcott. Stolen from him though by Volta-Fiore. Buffon has given it straight to Henderson. Chiellini away. Eder let it run. Here's Pella. Florenzi. Cut out by Henderson. England haven't really got a foothold in the game as yet.
Had enough of the ball in decent areas to really give Harry Kane or Walcott anything to feed off at all so far.
Walcott. Now he's caught himself some space and time. Henderson. Delph. Gibbs. Klein. Henderson. Fed into Rooney. Delph with a bit of space. Cross towards Harry Kane, and he's almost linked with Walcott, hit by Rooney. Deflected onto the crossbar. It's a great climb by Harry Kane at the far post to set up the half chance. And when it fell to Wayne Rooney, he almost scored.
Unlucky, very unlucky. Good play again. Delph on that left side, decent crossing, lovely leap from Harry Kane. And although Rooney didn't quite catch it, certainly got enough on it to give Buffon no chance. He wasn't getting anywhere near it.
England getting started with 20 minutes of the game gone. Gibbs. Delph. Henderson. Rooney. Delph with a cross. Buffon comes and gets to it, but punches only to Klein. It's back in towards Jordan Henderson with the volley, which was blocked, he felt, with an arm. Rather ambitious appeal because the ball barely travelled more than a metre onto the defender.
Better though from England. This was the initial one, the cross from Delph, the nod back from Kane, and really good defending actually from Bonucci. And Rooney's unlucky. Yes, there was a little deflection along the way.
I think he might have claimed it.
Yeah.
Jones losing possession. He's run himself a free kick, maybe a little fortuitously.
That's what he's got him in there for. That's what Roy Hodgson wants from Phil Jones. Any of those little balls that are bobbling around in the middle of the park when two players are jumping for it in the air, he's got to try and anticipate that, get that, and just keep him ticking over.
He had a run in the Manchester United midfield under David Moyes last season from November through to January, but hasn't played in this position since then.
No. Look, for me, I don't really see that, to be honest with you, him playing in there, because I think he's just really found a bit of a rhythm at United for the first time since he's been there. And it's, as Glenn mentioned at the top of the show, it's slightly unfair on him, because if it doesn't happen for him this evening, if England don't get a decent result, people are immediately going to point at that. You know, I think Phil Jones is one at the moment that needs to concentrate on what he does best, where he does it best.
Smalling stepping up, finding Rooney. Tackled by Soriano. Jones linking with Kane. Now Henderson. Better passing. Gibbs. Delph. Hopeful from Smalling. Here is very tall. Florenzi took a bit of a chance there, and as a result England have a throw-in in an attacking position. Following the weekend games, England are now one of only 2 teams with 100% records in European qualifying. Nobody has a better goal difference than Roy Hodgson's side. Friday's crowd at Wembley was the highest for any qualifying match so far. Eder. Soriano. Fury. Now Bonucci. In towards Soriano. And he used his arm to control the ball. Free kick to England.
Decent ball there from Bonucci as well. It was a good run from Soriano. It's unnecessary. We'll see here whether or not he could have got his chest on it. Maybe he's always struggling a bit, is he? No, he's not, for me. And I'm not sure exactly how much of that hit his arm.
There's a little bit of a controversy in Italy at the moment about Italian internationals who were born outside the country, and Soriano is one such. He was born on German soil. Number 17 Eder is from the southern part of Brazil. They are qualified through forefathers and a residential time in Italy. Roberto Mancini in particular has been a critic of the policy. Declined by Darmian. Here's Pella. Soriano. Rooney getting to Volafiore and dispossessing him fairly. Fired in towards Walcott, but a pass that is from Rooney. It's Theo Walcott and it's deflected. And it bounces kindly for Gianluigi Buffon. Pass of the night so far from the England skipper.
Fantastic ball and the perfect way to use Theo Walcott. Now that's what Roy Hodgson's got him up there for, because the minute England win the ball back and they can counter, as soon as he spins in behind defenders in that sort of territory, he's dangerous. Great ball to him, just couldn't do enough to get the shot on with any real force behind it on target, but that's exactly the right thing. Great play from Rooney, and that's the run you want from Theo Walcott. Difficult
defending by Ranocchia.
Yeah, difficult from that one there, Clive, that last little one when, again, there's 2 marking him. The minute Italy have the ball and they're caught in possession, that's when Theo Walcott's got to come alive. That's when he can really, when he's just being marked by one defender, he can spin off him and he'll never catch him.
I don't think there was much wrong with his first touch. The giant Inter Milan skipper threw himself in front. Pella waiting here. Again, Jagielka to England's rescue. Delph away. Rooney trying to get a hold of it. Losing out to Bonucci. Florenzi. Rather Fury. Now Pella. And Jagielka has had a very, very good opening half hour for England.
He's done very well. Anytime there's been any sort of threat, Jagielka's made sure he's there, throwing his body in front of things, putting it on the line. He's done that very well, and he's needed to. Another decent ball in there for Pella. Would have been a hard one for him to beat Joe Hart with a shot like that. I think he might have needed to have had a touch and maybe just try and work Jagielka, but good play.
All the Italian back three are in there. It's towards Bonucci with space, and he just jumped underneath it. Soriano has found Chiellini. Strong enough to get past Jones and flicked on and in. Graziano Pella of Southampton gives Italy the lead. Just the deftest of touches. After some rugged play by Giorgio Chiellini on this near side. And Pella, who's been short of goals for his club side of late, has now scored twice in 3 caps.
Good touch, isn't it, from Pella? Phil Jones there, be a bit disappointed. He's onside, he looks like he's on. It's a decent little flick, and it's an awkward one for Joe Hart, because you never know whether or not Pella's going to be going for the near post or the far. He just gets a little nick on it, and it crawls past the goalkeeper. But here, I think Phil Jones needs to defend that a little bit better. He gets a bit square, doesn't really dominate and dictate to Chiellini which way he wants him to go, and he allows the big defender just to clip that in the box, and that's a clever header.
He only made his international debut in October. He marked that with a winning goal in Malta. And now in his 3rd international appearance, he's added to that with a marquee goal against England. And probably no more than Italy deserve. Gibbs, Henderson. Bit of a shaker for England, and they haven't had many of those since the World Cup. This was the situation they found themselves in their first 2 games in Brazil, having to come from behind. Almost a good combination between Kane and Henderson.
Very close. Return ball from Harry Kane. So close to finding Jordan Henderson.
Walcott. Walcott's got free momentarily, but Ranocchia's across there. It is a corner to England.
Again, Chiellini very, very tight. So there's Bonucci that time, very, very tight to Walcott, and he's able just to take a touch and spin him.
Henderson with the corner. Jagielka just helped under the ball, but he tactile defending. Gibbs with the cross. Smalling trying to keep it alive. Jones. Instead, it's broken for Fiore to maybe lead a breakout, and it needed some evasive action from Kieran Gibbs.
Clash of heads just prior to that. Just here. Adair and Phil Jones by the looks.
Gibbs in a spot of bother. Has been shown a yellow card for Kieran Gibbs. It's only the 2nd time that England have trailed in a match this season, and against Slovenia at Wembley in November they equalised within 2 minutes.
Again, look at Chiellini with his hands around Harry Kane. I mean, look, we come to expect that, and they always tend to get away with it. Why? I don't know. I have no idea why. Referees don't see that, don't spot that, don't look for that. He's been doing it for years.
Butter wouldn't melt in his mouth.
I wouldn't mind if he was actually very clever and subtle, but it's just so blatant.
Well, England are in maybe one of the tamer qualifying groups, but there are plans for them to face most of the leading European nations in these prestige friendlies between now and next year's tournament. And quite apart from anything else, they'll improve their ring craft. Here's the goal scorer, Graziano Pella. Chiellini, let's not forget, set up the Italian goal with some very good play. It's two sides to Giorgio Chiellini. It's a foul that time by Eder on Jagielka. Smalling. It's a pretty hopeful ball towards Kane.
But they're very deep, you see. They're not coming out, they're allowing, they're expecting Chris Smalling to deliver that sort of ball. Very rarely when England have been in possession. Only once when Rooney tried that 40-50 yard switch to Walcott has that Italian back three been anywhere near the halfway line and been exposed.
Rooney trying to free Walcott. Trying to throw in. Rooney. The throw in one by Gibbs. Jagielka. A cynical play by Pella, and he's going to be shown a yellow card.
Well, his expression says that it's more accidental, more coming together, but he grabs him.
Rooney. Delph. Cross blocked by Florenzi and then cleared. Boda, Fiori, Eder. Now we've seen England's system of play evolve since the World Cup. This diamond midfield was first deployed for the last 20 minutes of the opening game of the season against Norway in early September, and Roy Hodgson then ran with it for the first four qualifiers, although England changed their team shape during the second half of all those matches. It was back to 4-3-3 in Scotland in November, then against Lithuania on Friday. Are there major differences between the two approaches?
He might well consider something like that again at half-time, Clive, because at the moment Fabian Delph and Jordan Henderson are unsure when Italy have got the ball of their positions for me, and I think that's what's causing them a little bit of a problem. They're never quite sure when they feel they have to go out towards Darmian and Florenzi, and then all of a sudden it's easy to roll it into Pella, into Eder, and they're not quite so compact.
Another Italian corner coming, conceded by Chris Smalling. The Italian Air Force are coming too. Bonucci, Chiellini and Ranocchia are all in there. It's towards Bonucci, Chiellini attacked it. Soriano trying to keep it alive. He's done pretty well there, you know. Unlucky that it didn't fall more kindly for Bonucci. This is Darmian. Parolo's return ball spooned beyond the rushing left wing back. This looks for the moment as if Rooney might have gone up front alongside Kane, with Walcott off the two of them. Here's Smalling. Kane. Delph to Gibbs. Harry Kane. A little lucky. Fabian Delph. Now some space for Nathaniel Klein.
He's got to be better than that. You know, that's a poor ball, that is. He's got plenty of time there, Klein. Because he and Kieran Gibbs, when they hold their position, they're the ones that actually have got more room than anybody else. They haven't used it great so far.
Pella to Eder. Here comes Florenzi. Early ball in towards Pella. He was first to it. Just couldn't direct it as cleverly as he did 10 minutes ago. They're not retaining possession. Not establishing themselves in the game. Walder Fiore into Eder. Darmian. Soriano. Chiellini. Bonucci fired forward towards Darmian. The flag is up. Not sure that England played for that offside.
No, it's a great spot again. Good ball from Bonucci. Watching Darmian at the bottom of the screen. Again, just a yard too soon. It's a very, very tight call.
In fairness to Klein, he did have a little look. I think he knew that he was just a foot or so ahead of...
It's just where the Gibbs was on the far side. Very close.
Jagielka. Gibbs. Smalling. Klein. Now Henderson. On to Kane. Good control in a tight spot from Henderson. Kane just caught on his heels a little bit, but keeping the ball. Henderson towards Delph. Florenzi just got under that. This is Gibbs. Turned away by Parolo. Eder. Pella. Jones winning the ball back. Here's Walcott. And when they need to, Italy don't think twice about bundling over somebody who's got on the dangerous side of them. Walder Fiore that time. Smalling's just down at the moment and needed some treatment. Be aware that half-time is near, but it doesn't look too good for him, does it? Is he dazed? Yeah, he's concussed. Gary Lewin almost instructing him to come off.
I was trying to remember actually when he might have got into a situation, whether or not he's concussed or he's just not feeling great or whatever.
England have Gary Cahill on the bench, although Phil Jones could go into centre-back. England free kick. Jordan Henderson. And away by Ranocchia.
Good header away. That's a good free kick, that actually, a very dangerous one. It's well defended from Ranocchia. Important header there. This morning is to go. I would definitely put Phil Jones into the back four and get someone on a midfield player who's just have a little bit more understanding of the role.
Yeah, Michael Carrick is swept off.
Particularly now England are chasing a game. They're going to need to get somebody on the ball who can initiate things, who can't worry too much about what they're doing all the time. They've got to have more impetus themselves, better control of the game when they have the ball. They've not had enough of that.
So one Manchester United player will replace another, but it does mean a switch for England, a switch for another Manchester United player. Phil Jones will now partner Phil Jagielka here at the heart of the England defence, and Michael Carrick is going to play at the base what appears still to be a diamond, although Walcott is now very much the point of that, with Rooney and Kane up front. Jagielka just caught by an air, free kick given.
It took England 20-odd minutes, didn't it, to really muster any real attack, any real threat. A couple of crosses came into the box, the Kane header back was well defended, but that aside, they've been poor, I think, in possession of ball. The passing's been a bit sloppy, and certainly Italy, again, their shape is better. They've been able to get out too easy. They deserve their lead.
Gibbs. He's forced a corner, I think, yeah. Now is there a big finish to the half for England. We haven't found any real rhythm or fluency, but have hit the Italian woodwork, let's not forget. Henderson with the corner. Away by Soriano. Gibbs. Klein to Jagielka. This might run for Walcott. Chiellini's cover away by Damian. It's the one added minute being played. Clyde. Oh, that was late. Sliding challenge from Parolo. Clyde managed to offload and he's back on his feet. Delphus found Henderson. Well, Roy Hodgson said it was an experiment, and he might have to put his lab coat back on during the break, because it hasn't really worked for England. Italy have deserved the lead given to them just before the half-hour mark by Graziano Pella. And England have got some thinking to do during the next 15 minutes. It's Italy 1, England 0.
Well, we said no league goals for Southampton this year, but Graziano